connections with our incredible spiritual teachers to take your life and your journey even further. So, welcome everybody. My name is Elizabeth Ocean, and I am your host of the Women's Spirit Show and the upcoming Women's Spirit online retreat. And Jola is one of our incredible speakers. So, I'm going to be telling you all about her in just a moment here. But first of all, Jola, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
You're so welcome. Let me tell you all about this incredible woman who is one of the speakers on the upcoming Women's Spirit online retreat. Jola Cruise is a certified relationship coach with over 20 years of experience in the growth industry. So glad that we have her here. She's helping women save their marriages, whether their husband is on board or not. I love that, Jola, because it just starts with one person. So again, thank you so much for being here and sharing the wisdom that you do, specifically helping women with their marriages.
Thank you. Yes, I'm so passionate about that part of my work just because I've gone through this myself. I had to do it single-handedly, and it's so powerful. It's so powerful and can just come back and say, I did this.
And women want to, like, we're the ones who we love to heal, and our relationships are so important to us. So to have support for that, because oftentimes women feel completely alone with, like, I'm the only one working for it. And what you're saying is the women can save their marriages with their husband on board or not. It doesn't matter. Can you tell us a little bit more about your work and how you came to this?
Yes, actually, just something beautiful you just said, that women can feel so lonely in that process. And I just got off a call with my client who said, I just feel so alone. And I actually created a group that I ran where the women can come together and go through this process as a community, a sisterhood. So you don't have to go and be on this journey alone. Even though your husband may not be in the group or in that session with you, you still have this tribe of women who are supporting you going through the process, because we start from ourselves.
Yeah, we
That's the
truly,
biggest premise.
yeah. As you were speaking, that just made me remember, like, or remember somehow, we used to be more in community with other women. Like, we used to support each other and talk about everything, like, because we lived closer. Our communities, our villages were closer, and now we're so isolated. Do you think that that's contributing to the problem of women feeling alone and marriages suffering?
Absolutely does. And I actually do talk about that a lot, because I did go to visit places where the Indian tribes used to be, right in Canada, last year. And that's where it truly dawned on me that we used to be in communities. You used to have all the support, mothers, aunts, uncles, all the elderly. And now we're so isolated. You get all those women moving with their families, and now they have no family around at all. And many times, if they do have a family, they may not get along with them because they don't know how. So it's like this multi-level of separation.
So what you're doing is so healing, because you're bringing women back together, creating that community, and then they can get the support that they need to save their marriages and ultimately, like, affect their families. And the ripple effect of that must be so incredible.
Yes, it absolutely is a ripple effect, because what the beautiful thing that happens is when a woman heals the relationship with herself, then she heals the relationship with her spouse, then with her children, then with her mother, with her father, with all the brothers and sisters, and it just keeps growing. And then the other people get affected, and now they share the word and they start having beautiful relationships.
Okay, that's affecting more than just her marriage. It's like the marriages of her children and the rest of her family. It's that ripple effect. And, you know, honestly, oftentimes I've noticed it the opposite in communities. Like, their marriages start splitting, and then people around them, their marriages start splitting because that's the normal. And you're doing what's, like, almost not cool right now, but bringing marriage back. And I just personally really love this.
Yes, it's when you look at Orange County where I live, the divorce rate here is 72% for first-time marriages. So let's say you hang out with 10 girlfriends and you are having a tough time that day. You just got in an argument with your husband. You go in, out of the 10, the chances are only three of them are going to have maybe relatively okay marriages, good marriages because they're not divorced. The rest of them are going to say, leave.
Yeah.
Just leave, just go. He doesn't deserve you. He doesn't this, but we don't look at ourselves. How are we contributing to the situation?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think it's empowering to go, how am I contributing to this situation, and how can I learn and grow and make the change no matter what happens? So this is really, really beautiful. So you're going to be sharing more about this and what women can do. in your Soul Talk at the upcoming Women's Spirit Retreat. Do you want to tell everybody a little bit about that?
Yes, the biggest problem we have right now in the society is that we don't have good role models. If you can see, for example, that there's so many people get divorced, right? And the ones who stay in the marriages, just very few of them are happy. So how are we supposed to learn?
Yeah.
Right? So I share my story where I grew up with no good role models at all. And now to be so empowered to know that even if you don't have good role models, even if you don't have them around you, you can actually find them. And that's why I create communities to actually create those the good examples. So you can sit with the women and you can actually be like, oh my gosh, she did this and it worked.
Yeah.
So now you start having good examples. So I talk in my soul talk, it's all about empowering women, how they can start making the changes.
So good. And I think of you as a really great example and role model because you haven't always had a perfect marriage. Do you want to talk about that for a bit?
It was far from perfect. And it's pretty amazing how you can get married, you love this person, you adore each other, then problems come in, life comes in, you don't see anyone who does it well. So you start falling into this trap of complaining, getting together with other women and complaining about the husband. And that, guess what? That makes it only worse. And so for me, it started going worse and worse. I was part of those mommy groups where we'll just get together every week and complain about our husbands. Does not help. No, so it's kind of like being somebody explained to me once that it's like drug dealing. So
Mm.
if somebody is already feeling bad in their marriage and you come and you collaborate and kind of keep talking about it and going deeper, it's like dealing drugs of that negative thinking, the victim thinking. So
Yes.
I help them step out and just truly take the power back and say, hey, if you know how you're contributing, then you can change that. So that the most powerful thing is that you can shift it around and men just follow. They're such amazing creatures. I had to learn to love men just the way they are instead of trying to think of them as other version of women who are not so capable.
Love that. It's just another version of women who are not so capable. And we giggle at that, but that's how we see them sometimes. And I know for myself, when I've stepped into my power and what I want and what I desire, and I tell my husband, like, this is where I'm going, this is what I desire, he levels up.
Yes.
If I just complain about it, there's nothing that can happen. So yeah, like when we as women can soften and lead, I just think it's so powerful. That's why I particularly love the work that you do. So I'm
Mhm.
excited about it. What's something that you would tell women today, whether they're married or not, that they can do to help their relationships?
I think number one is going to be what you just mentioned a little bit when we lead from a feminine place.
Mm.
When we lead from a feminine place, is stepping back and seeing how do I feel? What do I want? Because when I start honoring my own desires, then life becomes much more fun. But many women are they're sacrificing themselves now in relationships. And now from that comes resentment. So if we can step back, take care of ourselves, maybe it's overused, but self-care, it's actually very powerful. It's at the very bottom of any work that I do. If the self-care is at a zero, there's nothing else changes because we're miserable. So self-care is number one priority.
Number one priority. I love that. And I mean, that's one of the things that coming to the Women's Spirit Retreat is going to give to all of our attendees, that you get to come and drop in with us and give to yourself in a community, a supportive community of women that are going to help to uplift you no matter what your path is. So Women's Spirit Online Retreat, everybody, is happening July 17th. We have a special kickoff, July 17th through the 20th. It's all online, so you can join from wherever you are and make your unique schedule for the week. You're going to be surrounded and uplifted by 25 incredible, world-renowned spiritual teachers, including Yola Cruz, and they're going to be uplifting you and giving you the techniques and the tools and the breakthroughs that you need. Now, this is all live, which is really, really special. It's completely live and interactive, so the speakers will be able to see you and feel you. There are breakouts and networking and connection points so that you can really gain a lot out of this incredible online retreat. And so powerful. I know that this retreat could be thousands of dollars. And when I connected with the speakers, and we've been working on this for 3 months for you all, we got so excited that we were like, we want to make this accessible for everyone. So we made it completely free. So you can all go and register right now, completely free at womensspiritretreat.com. The link is actually going to be in the in the description here and also in the chat. So if you're on one of my pages, just go to womenspiritretreat.com. If you're on Yola's pages, anywhere, her Facebook groups, Yola will have a special link here for you in her comments. Go click that link and register. So register for Women's Spirit Retreat, all online. We're here to help you to have the breakthroughs, follow your calling, tap into your intuition, and get empowered for your path. Yola, tell us what you're most excited about, looking forward to as part of this online retreat.
It's all the goodness that it's going to come to all the women. And even speaking about the communities, this is like creating a community. It's showing women that there is much more, that when women come and collaborate together, because there are mostly women in the talk, it's so powerful that we don't need to be alone in this process. Whatever you are in the journey, whether you're still a mom, stay at home, or you're working, or whatever you are, when you tap into the feminine power of community, we can move mountains together. We can change this world to be a better place when we are resourced, and there will be a lot of resourcing in that place.
That's so true. Oh, that's so beautiful. I want somebody to write that down for us in the chat. When you tap in to the feminine power of community, we can move mountains together. I'm just like, yes, Yola, thank you for saying that. And it's so true. So everybody tap into the feminine power of this community, womenspiritretreat.com. Put your name and email address in, save your free seat. And if you know another woman who might be struggling, a sister who just needs to follow her own calling, a mother, a friend, a client, a colleague, somebody who also needs this retreat, send them the link. Send them right here and join us for Women's Spirit Retreat. It's online, July 17th through 20th. 25 incredible world leaders bringing you their wisdom so that you can up-level your hearts and soul's journey. So, Yola, I'm so thrilled to have you, so honored to have you as a speaker. It's going to be incredible. Question for you. What do you want everybody to know today? Like, what is something you want to leave our audience off with in terms of just an inspiration for them to continue on their path?
Your need for love is non-negotiable.
Done. And somebody write that in the chat, like your need for love is non-negotiable. You know, that is so meaningful because as women, we just think like, oh, maybe it's me or whatever it is. Your need for love is non-negotiable.
Yeah, that is absolutely so true. We do deserve love. There is a lot of love going around. We just need to tap into that, allow ourselves to tap into that.
Yeah. Thank
And
you.
coming to the retreat is truly loving yourself.
It is. Yeah, giving that space and that time for yourself, because as women, we're always like giving and prioritizing everybody else. So, and if you're like me, got fans on me because we're in a heat wave, you can't really go outside anyway right now because it's so hot. So join us for the Women's Spirit Online Retreat. Tap into sisterhood. You'll be so glad that you did. And it's so sweet because you can join from anywhere in the world, everybody. So it's currently free, womenspiritretreat.com. Go there and join us for this incredible, powerful experience. I'm so excited. So Yola, thank you so much for joining me here for this episode. And I'm so excited to have you on the retreat.
Thank you. We'll see you there. I'm excited. That's going to be so fun.
It's going to be so much fun. And everybody, thank you all for watching. We'll see you at the retreat, womenspiritretreat.com. It's coming this week. Bye, everybody.